to connect a region of over 600 million bridges between our lands.
Hello and welcome to ASEAN in Focus. I'm Maricar Velasco delivering to you the latest news in and around the ASEAN region. On today's headlines. Thailand's main anti-junta party, Pheu Thai, says it is ready to form a new government after preliminary poll results show the party won most constituencies in the lower house. Manila is keen on gaining a stronger foothold in Eastern Europe markets where Philippine farm products such as coconut oil and mangoes are popular. A Russian tourist attempting to smuggle a drugged orangutan out of Indonesia in his suitcase to bring home and keep as a pet has been arrested in Bali. Thailand's main anti-junta party, Pheu Thai, says it is ready to form a new government after preliminary poll results show the party won most constituencies in the lower house.
กราบขอบพระคุณฝากกราบขอบพระคุณไปถึงพี่น้องประชาชนนะคะที่ได้ให้ความไว้วางใจกับพรรคเพื่อไทยเป็นลำดับหนึ่งนะคะได้สสพื้นที่มากที่สุดนะคะการเดินหน้าจากนี้ไปในฐานะที่เราได้รับความไว้วางใจฉันทานุมัติจากประชาชนมากที่สุดเนี่ยนะคะเราก็จะเดินหน้าในการรวบรวมเสียงในการจัดตั้งรัฐบาลอย่างที่เราได้พูดไว้แล้วว่าพรรคที่มาลำดับหนึ่งนะคะได้ส.ส.มากที่สุดก็จะถือว่าเป็นผู้ที่ได้รับฉันทานุมัติจากพี่น้องประชาชนในการจัดตั้งรัฐบาลนะคะเรายังเป็นหลักการเดิมนะคะที่เราจะร่วมกับทางพรรคที่ไม่สนับสนุนการสืบทอดอำนาจนะคะซึ่งก็มีพรรคที่ประกาศตัวชัดเจนในเรื่องของการไม่สืบทอดอำนาจมันเกิดความไม่ชอบมาพากลในการเลือกตั้งไว้เยอะแยะไปหมดนะคะดังนั้นเนี่ยมันก็คงจะเป็นสิ่งที่ต้องสะสางต้องเป็นสิ่งที่ต้องทำให้เกิดความชัดเจนเพราะไม่เช่นนั้นเนี่ยมันจะไม่ได้เกิดความเชื่อมั่นต่อนานาชาติแล้วก็ความคลางแคลงใจของคนไทย
Thailand's military was accused Monday of rigging the country's first election since the 2014 coup, with former Premier Thaksin Shinawatra and his pro-democracy party complaining of irregularities in preliminary results. The junta is primed to retain its grip on power despite only having a slight edge in the popular vote after election officials released the first unofficial early results for seats in the lower house. However, Thaksin, who has remained a towering figure in Thailand's decade-long treadmill of protest and coups, accused the junta of stacking the deck in its favor ahead of the vote and using dirty tricks at the ballot box.
Everyone knows in Thailand, everyone international that observed the election in Thailand know that is an irregularity. It's right what we should call it rigged election step, and it's not good for Thailand. Where under democracy, whoever win as the wish of the people can form the government, but this is not really a wish of the people.
Sunday's election, seen as a referendum on the military, was held under new rules written by the junta to ease its transformation into a civilian government. Despite that head start, analysts had not expected the army-linked Phalang Pracharat party to win the popular vote, given anger at junta rule and the enduring popularity of Thaksin's Pheu Thai. But preliminary figures showed Phalang Pracharat with 2014 coup leader Prayut Chan-o-cha as its candidate for prime minister ahead in the popular vote. It had racked up more than 7.6 million votes, with more than 90% of ballots tallied, giving any government it tries to form a claim to legitimacy. That is nearly 500,000 more votes than Pheu Thai. However, Pheu Thai had 137 constituency seats in the lower house compared to Phalang Pracharat's 97, according to early figures. There are still 150 party list seats in the lower house up for grabs, where the popular vote will matter more. However, the numbers play out, coup leader Prayut's party will benefit from a military-appointed 250-member Senate, meaning it only needs 126 lower house seats compared to 376 for Pheu Thai. As rivals scramble to seize the momentum and persuade other parties to join forces in the coalition, Thaksin, who had remained tight-lipped in the months running up to the vote, hit out at the junta. The 69-year-old tycoon said any game, if the rule and the referee is not fair, the results will not be respected. Asked whether he thought the vote was rigged, he replied, definitely. When pushed for evidence, he listed reports of suspiciously high ballots cast for the pro-military party in key provinces, as well as the large number of votes invalidated by election officials.
Well, if you look at the number of ballots and the number of voter turnouts, the ballots is much more exceed the number of the voter turnout in many provinces. Well, the only way that Thailand can prosper, we have to turn into fully democracy, and we should have a free and fair election, and also the system where the people can have more freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and human rights guarantee and rule of law have to come back. Otherwise, I don't care, but I still love my country, love my people, and whatever I can do to help them, I do. But otherwise, I'm 70 this year. If I were to form a party, I will form Enjoy Life Party.
Reports of irregularities in Thailand's first election since the 2014 coup are very alarming, says Sunai Fasuk, HRW senior researcher. Thailand's Junta-linked party is poised to hold on to power with nearly all ballots counted, edging ahead of its pro-democracy rivals. He said that from the start, this election gave very little hope to be considered as something credible, free and fair, because fundamental freedoms that are required for the conduct of free, fair vote was not there. The junta maintained their restrictions on fundamental freedoms, particularly the freedom of expression and freedom of the media.
We are aware of uneven playing field in favor of Phalang Pracharat Party and General Prayut. We are aware of the control of state resources, access to state media, and maneuvering through security agencies that Phalang Pracharat had deployed in the lead up to the election. The reports that we have heard back are very alarming. There were reports about vote buying, there were reports about irregularities in vote count and tabulation, there were reports about intimidation of opposition party members. Came up with something that
he also added that there is no public confidence in Thailand at this point with the Election Commission. They were appointed through junta-selected lawmakers, so the status of impartiality has been questioned from the beginning.
Immediately after the election results were partially known, it seemed clear that the division in Thailand political landscape is now wider and deeper than ever before. The Thai military has repeated many times that if there are to be any disturbances after the election, a military coup is still an option. A crackdown is still an option. That is a worrying threat coming from the military.
The United Nations said Monday it was examining how to assist Bangladesh in relocating thousands of Rohingya refugees to a remote island despite warnings it could trigger fresh humanitarian upheaval. Dhaka says shifting 100,000 refugees to a muddy silt islet in the Bay of Bengal will take pressure off overcrowded camps along its southern border, where almost 1 million Rohingya Muslims live in cramped tent cities. However, the move to Bazan Char, which is an hour away by boat from the mainland, is unpopular with many refugees, and experts have raised concerns about the island's capacity to withstand the monsoon that tears along Bangladesh's coastline every year. Bangladesh, which has built shelters and flood walls on the island, says it will begin relocating refugees there on a voluntary basis from April. The UN Resident Coordinator's office in Bangladesh said Monday it would engage constructively with the government to ensure any refugees moved there could live in safe and sustainable living conditions. The statement said they are also examining the potential operational implications of setting up a humanitarian response on Bazan Char, including the requirements, timeframes, and costs involved in providing services, stressing that any relocation be on a voluntary basis. The island only emerged from the water in 2006 and lies in a coastal area prone to flooding, cyclones, and other extreme weather that has killed hundreds of thousands in past decades.
Stay tuned to watch Digital Nest every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Reporting from EBC Egypt Bureau, I'm Zara Angeles Valdez, and I am 1 with 25.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave some love by giving it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe here at EBC Digital Nest so you don't miss any of our upcoming features.
Diskusyon! Biyernes, alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng gabi.
And today I'm here at the Japanese Gardens in Portland, Oregon. If you want to experience greenery and unique landscaping, as well as peace, tranquility, tune in to EBC Digital Nest. I'm Maria Marquio and I'm 1 with 25.
Welcome back. Representatives of the ASEAN Cooperation on Civil Service Matters and ASEAN Secretariat participated in the Canada-ASEAN Public Service Modernization Study Tour on the 18th and 20th of March in Ottawa, Canada. ASEAN delegates exchanged views with senior officials from the Public Service Commission, Treasury Board, Secretariat, Global Affairs Canada, and Department of Women and Gender Equality. They were introduced to Canada's human resource management throughout the life cycle, staffing system and integrity, and new models for internal and external workforce mobilization. The delegates learned about non-partisanship of public service, diversity and inclusion in public service, and implication of overall policy framework on gender equality for public service management in Canada. The delegates also shared practices and perspectives of ASEAN member states in these areas. Chairperson of Civil Service Commission of the Philippines, Alicia de la Rosa Bala, said they are grateful to the Government of Canada for this opportunity of learning about their public sector human resource policies and practices, especially on promoting diversity and inclusivity in the public service, and also of sharing policies and programs of ASEAN member states. She added they hope that the study tour would usher in a more active exchange and cooperation between ACCSM and its counterparts in Canada. Representatives of the Committee of Science, Technology and Innovation attended the ASEAN Project Development Workshop hosted by the Thai government from the 19th to the 20th March 2019 in Bangkok. 70 participants representing various subcommittees of COSTI participated with the workshop, which consisted of lectures, presentations, discussions, and group exercises to cover topics such as regional project proposal development, submission and coordination with stakeholders, appraisal and approval of projects, financial reporting, and submission of completion reports. The workshop also included a project proposal writing session facilitated by the ASEAN Secretariat officers based on the interest areas that the participants selected. The ASEAN Republic of Korea Program Management Team introduced the ASEAN Republic of Korea Cooperation Fund, its proprietary areas, and the mechanisms to apply and utilize it. Participants were also given the opportunity to present their draft project proposals and seek inputs from the ASEAN Secretariat, as well as representatives from the AKPMT. They appreciated the relevant information, the hands-on project proposals writing, and the opportunity to get to know some of the relevant stakeholders at the ASEAN Secretariat for their future project proposal development. Manila is keen on gaining a stronger foothold in Eastern Europe markets where Philippine farm products such as coconut oil and mangoes are popular. The Department of Agriculture said Belarus has expressed openness in importing local farm products, which the Philippines will showcase in an agricultural expo in Minsk in June. The agricultural goods include green coconuts, coconut oil, coconut water, canned tunas, dried fish, bananas, pineapples, coffee, and abaca handicrafts, among others. Agriculture Secretary Manny Piñol said in a Facebook post on Monday that this will be the biggest participation by the Philippines in an Eastern European agricultural expo since President Rodrigo Duterte started engaging with Russia and the other countries of the former Soviet Union. While Belarus only has a population of 10 million, it is considered the gateway to the rest of the Eastern European market. Piñol admitted that it's difficult to market coconut products, particularly coconut oil, to the Eastern Europeans since they have been accustomed to using olive oil and sunflower oil. He added that Belarus Deputy Agricultural Minister Ivan Shilton told him that coconut products are totally new to Belarus. He suggested that a more aggressive marketing effort be initiated by the Philippine government to convince Eastern European consumers of the health benefits of coconut and its many products, including coconut sugar, syrup, flour, and virgin oil. The opening of new markets for coconut products is part of the measures by the government to raise local copra prices by reducing the glut in the domestic markets through exports. The Philippines will join over 20 other countries in the Bel Agro Festival slated from June 4 to June 9 to display the country's respective top agricultural and fisheries products. Furthermore, the DA is eyeing to partner with local broadcasting companies in Eastern European markets to intensify its information campaign on Philippine farm products.
Latest news and information here and abroad. In Aguila, Balita, track the latest happenings in the provinces in Aguila, Provincia. Be aware of important events in Asia, in ASEAN in Focus, and be updated in the biggest news around the world. in Eagle News International. Tune into Mata ng Agila and get the day's headlines and news that are sharp, accurate, and objective. Only here at Net 25.
Hey guys, I'm here in New Jersey, the diner capital of the world. Tune in to Digital Nest on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. I'm Nikki, and I'm 1 with 25.
Welcome back. A Russian tourist attempting to smuggle a drugged orangutan out of Indonesia in his suitcase to bring home and keep as a pet has been arrested in Bali, police said Saturday. Andrei Zestkov was detained in Denpasar Airport late on Friday while passing through a security screening before a planned flight back to Russia. Suspicious officers stopped him and opened his luggage to find a 2-year-old male orangutan sleeping inside a rattan basket. Bali Conservation Agency officials Iketu Kakur Marbawa said they believe the orangutan was fed allergy pills which caused him to sleep. They also found the pills inside the suitcase. Zestkov seemed prepared like he was transporting a baby. The 27-year-old also packed baby formula and blankets for the orangutan. Police also found 2 live geckos and 5 lizards inside the suitcase. Zestkov told authorities that the protected species was gifted by his friend, another Russian tourist who bought the permit for $3,000 from a street market in Java. He claimed his friend, who has since left Indonesia, convinced him he could bring home the orangutan as a pet. The Russian could face up to 5 years in prison and $7,000 in fines for smuggling, Marbawa said. Orangutans are a critically endangered species according to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, with only about 100,000 remaining worldwide. Plantation workers and villagers in Indonesia often consider the apes pests and sometimes attack them, while poachers capture the animals to sell as pets. A string of fatal attacks on the apes has been blamed on farmers and hunters.
Hutan ini sesuai dengan arahan Direktorat Jenderal Dirjen kami Jakarta bahwa segera dipulihkan kesehatannya, kemudian segera juga dipulangkan ke habitat di Kalimantan. Ya, mungkin dokter hewan bilang sekitar 2 tahun begitu. Kondisi sekarang kesehatannya? Sehat. Kalau dilihat dari sekarang penampakan fisik sih sehat begitu. Tapi kami akan pastikan, kami akan bekerjasama dengan dokter hewan di kebun binatang yang ada binaan kami untuk dipastikan lagi ini sehat nggak. Kemungkinan iya, kan biasanya modus-modus begini orang tuanya dibunuh, udah anaknya diambil kan begitu.
Indonesia's capital inaugurated its first mass rapid transit system on Sunday, a $1.1 billion project seen as crucial to tackling some of the world's worst traffic congestion. President Joko Widodo and other officials joined the ceremony in Jakarta to give a green light for the 16-kilometer, 10-mile line almost 6 years after construction began on the Japanese-backed project. Tens of thousands of excited Jakartans were in attendance and eager to try riding on the subway for the first time, mobbing the president for selfies while music blared and traditional performers danced on a nearby stage. The train system runs above and below ground and stretches from the Central Hotel Indonesia to the southern reaches of the Southeast Asian megalopolis of some 30 million people. It aims to cut travel times between the 2 points to just 30 minutes from around 2 hours, offering some relief to frustrated commuters long used to spending much of their days stuck in traffic. The new line is set to open to the public on Monday with tickets free during the first week. Construction on a second line linking downtown to Jakarta's northern port is also kicking off Sunday, with completion slated for 2024 and more lines are envisioned in the future. A separate elevated rail network is also being built to link satellite cities with Jakarta, nicknamed the Big Durian after the pungent fruit that bitterly divides fans and detractors. The public transit projects are part of a sweeping infrastructure push that Widodo hopes will boost the fortunes of Southeast Asia's biggest economy and get him re-elected in national polls next month. Widodo told journalists on Sunday if they have an integrated transportation system, it will be easier for people to go places and they will leave their cars or motorcycles at home.
Hari ini sebuah peradaban baru akan kita mulai, yaitu dengan dioperasikannya MRT, moda rakyat transportasi di DKI Jakarta fase pertama. Dengan mengucap Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, MRT fase pertama saya nyatakan dioperasikan. Dan sekaligus MRT fase kedua hari ini juga kita mulai lagi.
Kedua akan dimulai.
And that is the latest news in the Southeast Asian nations. Stay updated about the ASEAN region. I'm Maricar Velasco and I am 1 with 25.